Uh,
Okay, okay, it's fine. Okay, go ahead.
please stop chatting. Okay, do not chat anymore from now on. Okay, because we are recording this class, and the next class is from now onwards. Okay, please listen to it carefully. All right. Well, have you turned to chapter 24, which is going to be our first chapter? Yes, literally very good. Okay, S3, very good. And all right, we are going to learn about the infinitive and the imperatives. Okay, first of all, we need to know what they are. Okay, first of all, infinitives and imperatives are all a part of verbs. They are verbs and a verb. When we were young, we used to learn that a verb is what? A verb is an action word, what we do. And whatever we do, we write them down. So they are called action words. And so here, no sentence can be complete without a verb. And for example, we write it like this: I meeting, I in meeting, I am in a meeting. Am is a part of a verb, so it is very important. And so some of these actions can be expressed in a certain manner or mode, and these are done by the verbs, and these are expressed through various manners, and each manner is called the mood of the verb, not your mood, like when you were happy, when you were for example, you are not very happy with something and you sulk. Sulk means sit down. Okay, when you are not very happy with someone, maybe your mom or your dad or your siblings, everything that you do are a part of verbs. And the infinitive mood over here, the infinitive mood. Infinitive, what does it mean, first of all, before we learn them? Okay, infinitive means something which is, for example, this, how many, we have 10 fingers with us, right? And we have 10 fingers and we can count them. But infinitives, we cannot count them at all. And so, infinitives. Infinitives are a part of a verb which is used just after to. Okay, and so they are called two infinitives. There are two types of infinitives as well, bare infinitives and two infinitives. Bare infinitives, we will not deal with them right now. We are going to learn about only the two infinitives today. Okay, and here, when you go through the textbook, you will see that the words written in bold are always with two. Okay, two. And these, after two, the verbs that are used there, they are always written in the first form of the verb. And so they are infinite. Okay, infinite. What does finite means? 5 fingers. And then I add 5 more fingers from here, and they are countable. We can count how many fingers here. So they are 10. They are finite. But we cannot count the amount of air that is around us. Okay? And we cannot count the amount of rainfall over here. Sometimes, and then we cannot count the ray of sunlight as well. So, those things which we cannot count are called finite. And so, why are these called infinitive verbs? Infinitives, the verbs that are there. Infinitive verbs are used because they are not bound by the limit of persons or things around them. And so these are called infinitive mood. Okay, and here it is written in bold. A verb is said to be the infinitive mood if it is not bound by limits of person or number of any noun or tense of any verb. Okay, and the use of infinitives can be used as a subject of a verb. What does a subject of a verb mean? Subject means the doer of the action. Okay, the doer. For example, now Nunqui is writing down something. Okay, and so she is holding a pen there or a pencil. Okay, and so she is writing it down. And so she is the one who is holding the pen with the textbook. And so she is the doer of the action. And subject. So right now I'm giving you a class and you are all receiving my action. So I am doing an action. So I am the subject of the sentence. Okay. And so here, the subject infinitive can be used as a subject of the verb. And to err is human. To tell lies is a sin. And there, the object of the verb. Object means the receiver of that action. So as I said before, a verb is an action word. So whatever we do, now I am touching my hair. Okay, so I was doing something. So what is receiving my action? My action was being received by my hair. Okay, while I do like this. So there, I am the one who is doing the action, so I am the subject, and the action, the verb is touching. And then what is receiving my action? That is this thing, my hair. Okay, and so here, it is used in he tried to solve the sum. Okay, and I have promised here. When you turn to page 166, you will find that the under B, there are two examples there. He tried to solve. Try. There is a main action word there. That is action word. Here, he tried. He tried is being written there. Okay. That is the main action, the main verb there. And we call them principal verbs as well. And then another verb is there, that is solve. Just before solve, you see to. Okay, and before that, on page 165, you see that there is to err. Okay, to err. Err is a verb, and before that, to is written there. Okay, underneath there is to tell. To tell, and then we see that there is a to before the verb. Okay, tell. And then in the B, you see in the B section of object of a verb is written there, and it's written as he tried to solve the sum. Okay, the sum is the action, the object, the receiver of the action, and he is the subject. Subjects are those who are doing the action. Okay, and here and under C, we see that there's a it is used as an object of a preposition. Okay, and here the match was about. About is the preposition, and after that we see the to plus first form of the verb, which is infinitive. Okay, and the procession is about to enter the palace. They are used just before the, you see that there is a preposition here, right? And then after that, you see that there is to plus first form of the verb. Hello, Rindika. Okay, and there is a complement of the verb written there as well. And my hobby is. Why is being bold here? Bold. Okay. How many of you do have your textbooks with you? You need to have your textbooks with you because we're going to do the exercises here. Okay. And now, here, is also a verb if there is no other action words after it. So, my hobby is. Okay. The is, are, was, and were. Was and were. These are what we use as the main verbs. Okay. And so that is why is are being bold here. And shortly after the is, are, we see to collect. Okay. All right. Let me just go through this. All right. This is the textbook that we are using. All right, I'm just going through the chat here. Okay. We are using Scholars Junior English Grammar and Composition. Okay, this textbook. So, those who are just joining, please turn to Unit 2. That is the portion for Class 7, and it is from page 165. Okay, now, even if you do not have this thing with you right now, we are recording this meeting right now, and you can still go through what we have just learned. Okay, now, and then after this, negatives. What are negatives? Okay, negatives. We should know that a negative is a minus sign. Okay, let me use this here. Okay, negatives usually have the minus sign. Okay, and positives have the plus sign. And so I think you are all aware of the fact that we have this thing. This. A negative will have the minus sign and a positive will have the plus sign. And many of you are well aware of the fact that there are around 13 people who are already tested positive for the coronavirus. Okay. And so when they are being tested positive, they have this thing. Positive means this, and negative means this. That means that they do not have the coronavirus there. Okay, and plus sign means that they have the coronavirus. And so, why am I explaining this beforehand? Because positive means yes, negative means here, no. Okay, and positive means yes. So, we also have to make use of these things in our making or structuring a sentence like this. I do not, let me just check if we have, yes, I do not means I negative, no, it means no, okay. I do not want it, I don't want it, I don't know. All of those things are referred to as negative forms of sentences. Okay, and here, some of your parents, most of your parents, okay, will say, do not go outside during these times because it is easy to contract the virus. And so they tell you, do not do that, do not do this. And all of those things told to you by your parents, they are all for your own good. Okay, and so some of them will say, do not go there. Some of them, and even when you are going to schools, you are not supposed, okay, you are not supposed to break the rules of the school. Okay, and here, and we are also told not to go there. Okay, do not go there. Do not break the rules. Okay, and so here, all of these are, okay, we have to put do before it. Do not break the rules. And then after that, you will be asked here. It is the dative form of an infinitive is formed by placing not before to and not after it. Okay, and they are formed like this. So to cannot be separated from the verb. So we are told not to go outside, but instead of do not go outside. Okay, we cannot use it like that. So infinitives, let me sum it up before this thing, before we go through the exercises. Let me just point the camera to the board here. Okay, can you see the board here? Okay, let me write it here. Okay, now when you see two, when you see two, okay, this two, after this, if you use a verb, they have to be the first form of the verb. We never use to went. Okay, she told me to went. No, we never use it like this. We do not use the second form of the verb at all. We do not use to go on as well. We do not use these things. Okay, remember, those who were in class 6 last session, some of you will still remember how I used to make sure that all of you use the first form of the verb. So these three, go, went, gone, these are the three forms of the verb for go. Okay, and so we have to use the first form of the verb. Even though this sentence is used as the past, this was said, this was spoken in the past, this was told to me in the past, but then this thing, infinitives, whenever you are going to use them, maybe they are going to be used as this thing. Sometimes they can come as in this thing, correcting the incorrect sentences. In these things, these are the things that you need to know. With infinitives, we have to use this thing, to plus first form of the verb all the time. Okay, and so when you see to plus first form, remember they belong to infinitives. Okay.
Microphone.
Yes, we are checking the.
Class-VII các trong hình thể em Class-VII các trong hình thể em
Microphone on,
On mic off, Sabro.
Oh, I try. Oh,
On mic off, Sabro.
okay, please go ahead.
On mic off, Sabro.
Okay, we were checking the sound. Okay, so let us continue with this. Now, even if the action happened a long time ago, or it is happening right now, or it will happen, it hasn't happened yet. Okay, now, so the things that we're going to do tomorrow, which hasn't happened yet, so it is the future for us. What is happening right now is this thing. What happened before was what we what we had done before taking this class. And so they are all in the past. And now it is the present. When I wrote this, it was the present time for me. Okay, for all of you as well. But now I have not written it anymore, so it had already happened in the past. So the sentence, even if it is written in the past, or in the present, or in the future, if you see two, this two, you need to, if you are going to use a verb shortly after it, the verb has to take only the first verb, like to plus eat. Okay, we have to eat breakfast in the morning. We cannot go to school without eating breakfast. Otherwise, we will have stomach problems, right? So even Ridika used to have stomach problem. He used to say, Miss, I feel very uneasy. I feel like vomiting. Hey, Rindika from 6B last session, remember? Okay, and so, all right, and so here, and here, when you go through this thing, if how to know the answers for page 166, you just have to find the verbs or the words which will use first verb plus to in front of it. Okay, this is how you'll be able to do the exercises. And so we will conclude the meeting for today, and in the next class we will continue with page 167. And if you have time, please go through exercise 1, 2, and 3. They will be very easy. Okay, infinitives, remember, they are to plus first form of the verbs. All right, thank you, bye bye. And
Miss, next class ketua announce
the next class is class 8 for now. We will inform you about the next class through WhatsApp. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you. Page 167 will be the next class, Helen. Okay? And bye-bye. And we do not have any electricity right now. Okay.
Calling Cassie. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, sir.
Cassie.
Yes, yes, sir.
Miss Trong Karon rồi thu tamo.
Okay.
Chuan a phe ti ho te lut si Miss mu thei lo te ama mu thei a trong kha thei lo ho ka lo monitor cha ru o.
Ole. Okay. Any announcement for your student? Any announce do mem student ho ka?
Announce ro. Announcement siam ro. Class an lag ma kan announcement siam la. In due course of time, class lag lai lag lo at kan announcement siam ula. So class lag so announcement 3 times in due course of time.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So I think it will not be interrupted that way.
Okay.
I'm checking from here, from Lungbial, for Mission School. Yeah.